This is absolutely the recycling ceiling. Just because the two brothers are free at home, I bought one for $45,500. 2024 accident car Nissan GT2 is After back. Arriving at the pickup location, the two brothers briefly inspected the chassis. It was put on the trailer that came. After simply fixing it on the trailer, you can start the return journey. The two brothers are preparing to live in their small courtyard. To complete the follow-up preparation repair of this GT2, the first time after returning home, a few people will use a forklift. It was unloaded from the trailer. Then it was moved by forklift to the open space. You can also see here, the GT2 is in terrible condition. The entire front of the car was almost fatally hit. Such a little brother doesn't know for a while how to start repairing. After all, the GT2 is a horsepower behemoth. If the repair method of the splice frame, you are ready, the strength of the entire body will definitely be greatly completely incompatible with the big heart in the cabin. With the check of the little brother, you can see that the situation on the other side is much better. At the same time, the situation at the rear made the little brother far more than expected. In order to understand the specific situation, the two brothers are ready to tear off the waterproof tape attached to the car. The result was immersed in the front windshield. Found a bullet hole dragon. This can also be seen. This is definitely an accident car with a story. After opening the door, it's still on the shelves if you can find what's in the cab. Only the airbag popped. Others are like new cars. And then the engine room. I saw that the inside had been squeezed together. The two brothers can't judge this situation either. The damage key of this GT2, so the two can only simply clean the body first. For subsequent maintenance, construction after a simple body cleaning, you can see that this GT2 is not much different from the new car. The other two were also introduced. The total formal mileage of this GT2 is 3,000 miles, which means this is a fine accident car. Then the two men started the car. Surprise again. I saw that the roof of the car was actually the same starry sky bottom. This is definitely full of emotional value. Have an understanding of the inside and out of the whole car. You can start preparing. First, remove the side skirts on both sides. Then fix the wheel pusher under the chassis to make it easier to move the vehicle. Then the two came to the 4-second store for the first time. I would like to order some required replacement parts, but the price really scared the two of them. Just a list of materials, 30,000 knives nearby. So I had no choice but to give up. Plan to order accessories at the 4-second store. But I still purchased a small batch of accessories symbolically, like a rocker brake disc, calipers, and other accessories on the spot. The pair also spent nearly $8,000. The little brother here is also There are second-hand car dismantling parts on the market. But considering the later car experience, or gritted my teeth and ordered these brand new pieces. These replacement parts, the two brothers immediately took action. Start removing some damaged alkali from the frame. You can see it here. The entire cooling system has completely exploded. The only lucky thing is, engine in the cabin. It wasn't that affected. Next, the guy is going to buy another GTR, and we're using it as a parts car. This saves a lot of preparation costs. But in the bidding room for this 2009 GT2, the little brother fell below in many auctions. Lost eligibility to bid. But the two did not stop the pace of repair. Instead, start dismantling damaged parts such as doors. Definitely a huge challenge. After all, there are so many parts to disassemble. After a round of disassembly, the two reached a consensus. That's the frame. There's no need for repair. Gotta figure it out now and transplant this big heart from the frame. So several people used excavators to open the deformed frame. Then used the lift to raise the body. To remove the bottom armor shield. And here you can see some tearing at the bottom. Brother also took this opportunity. The exhaust pipe under the chassis disconnect from the drive shaft one by one. The only thing to note here is that all kinds of pipes in the cabin, harness and sensors. At the same time, some accessories removed from the cab. It needs to be preserved to avoid missing parts later. Finally, after half a day of tossing, the engine in the cabin was removed. At this point, the original car price can be completely not escaped to the parts car for the time being. The two can only focus on the preparation of the engine. If you disassemble a damaged gearbox, components such as the front differential, the two of them also spend most of the day here. The damage button on the engine was removed. The other two also received some good news. That is, the engine is not affected in any way. Stopped in an accident, perfectly preserved. In the following period of time, the two brothers shot another white soaking car GTR, ready to use this car as a parts car. With a working parts car, two people can let go of their hands and feet to disassemble. What's removed is the pop-up airbag seat, since this seat will continue to be used later. Therefore, the two were extra careful when disassembling. To avoid damage to the seat holster, I saw the removed seat holster. The ejected airbag has been torn, so I have to put this seat holster sent to be repaired by professionals. In addition, the rear seats in the cab also need to be removed. And all kinds of accessories removed. The two also packed and saved it in batches. disassembly in the cab here. We won't go through them one by one. And now there's only an empty box of GTR left. Will be transferred by several people in a maintenance workshop a few kilometers away. The first time you arrive at the workshop, several people tried to repair the badly damaged but it took half a day to toss, only to find that the effect is not very ideal. This repair method is suitable for some family cars. Can't pick the slightest fault, but for a high-powered performance car, such a repair, the strength of the body is greatly reduced. Therefore, several people can only temporarily turn around and start disassembling. There's not much accessories left on that can be used after waiting for nearly a week. The auction parts car GT2 has finally arrived. This is a 2011 white GT2. Since this car is soaked in water, the car cannot start. So a few people can only use forklifts. It was transferred to the maintenance plant. You can also see here, the exterior of the car is extremely well preserved, but the immersion of seawater still caused great damage to the whole vehicle, like this cracked center console, leather panels, and other components. In order to facilitate the later disassembly of accessories, I still gave this parts car a simple cleaning. Then the two check the condition of the grain and oil, but there are clumped atoms between the teeth. Then comes the inspection of the air filter. I saw that there was also seawater dripping in the air filter. And then the chassis. What excites both of them is the chassis is not corroded by seawater. Many parts can still be used again. The first job now is to split this part. The moment the car unscrews the oil drain valve, a lot of seawater mixture came out of it. Seeing this happen, the two can only put down their work. Drain the seawater in the car first. Let's move on. Finally, after nearly a day of tossing, the Chinese style drains the seawater out of the car. It's time to break down this parts car. Due to the many accessories of this parts car can continue to be used. So during the disassembly process, the two are extremely careful. And the other thing is, you have disassembled parts. If you can't use it yourself, it can also be sold to a destined person. Like the radiator system that is now removed. If you order a brand new piece at the 4-second store, you have to 20,000 knife, and the whole car 20,000. And there are also endless accessories to use. So that's the benefit of buying parts cars. However, the disassembly is far from over. The whole parts truck needs to be dismantled here. And I'm not going to go through all of those processes. After dismantling this parts truck, the little brother was surprised no rust was found on the chassis. It's an absolute miracle. You know, this is a 2011 model, and it has also been corroded by seawater and now immersion. You have this frame. The next fix is much simpler. Since the facelift of each generation of GTR so this 2011 GTR body, fully upgradable to the 2020 for GTR. The next step is to prepare for the paint change. Here you need to put the front and rear windshields. And some of the covers on the body are all removed to get a naked body. You can see the 2011 GT to now. There is absolutely no flaw in the body. The only drawback is the 2011 GT2. The original car was missing some reinforcement. The solution is also extremely simple. Just put the reinforcement on the 2020 for GT2. Just transplant it. This can greatly save the capital investment of the whole vehicle. And the resulting reinforcement needs to be soldered on. The primer also needs to be sanded in advance. It is convenient for better fixing of both. After 2 hours and a half of hard work, finally put these reinforcements successfully ported to the 201 GT2. It can be polished next. Some slightly damaged parts on the frame. Then there is a major cleaning of the entire body. Here, because it is related to the quality of the later paint, so the two also cleaned very carefully. Try not to miss any corner. The cleaning work before the step of painting. It took about 2 days for the two of them. Then comes the sandpaper grinding and other processes. A few people have been busy again for nearly 2 days. After completing this step is to clean up the excess water stains on the body. In addition, in order to prevent the corner of the body with gaps are not cleaned properly, the two even sent the car directly into the painting room. Turn on the heater to dry the body and take advantage of this gap in drying. The little brother started debugging the car after the body dries. The paint can be sprayed. This is a Naldo gray paint. According to the two brothers, this paint will vary with the intensity of light. The paint finish of the car will also change accordingly. Here, the little brother sprayed it twice before and the finished product works just as well as factory paint. This paint is visually. It gives a very wild feeling. Now the main structure of the body is solved. The next step is to prepare the engine here. The two also escaped many parts for the engine, like an external formal cover small to objects on the engine. Now, simply disassemble the parts that need to be replaced. Then install the new replacement part. However, during the disassembly process, found a crack in the cylinder block. But luckily this crack, it won't be right. The operation of the engine causes any impact. This made the hanging hearts of the two fall to the ground. But just to be safe, or are you ready to send the engine to professional local welding repair? So we use a forklift to put the engine into the bucket. Found a well-known local repair shop. Start welding this crack. When the engine returns to the workshop again, two people for the first time start cleaning up the residual traffic on the engine. Then you can put the accessories that have been prepared install the engine one by one. It doesn't take much time here. The two brothers skillfully assembled all the components. So far, the preparation of the engine has come to an end. The next step is to renovate this brand new body. And the required accessories are available in the cars. The choice of accessories is extremely abundant. But choose the best accessories. It must still be an accessory on the 2020 for GT2. That's all. Several people almost dismantled the 2020 for GT2. Then they were transplanted one by one into the new car body. One of the most troublesome is the number of vehicles. But fortunately, some of them have a lot of experience. It didn't take much effort. Transplanted all the limits one to one. Next is the whole position of the chassis. The same is true with transplantation. The operation method of dismantling one facelift of installing one completed very quickly. The installation of the several people carefully fixed it in the cab. Here, because many accessories and batch packing, so when installing, there were no major obstacles. The installation of the center console, in addition, the seat holster sent out for sewing was also sent back. The airbags of the whole vehicle also arrived with the goods. I have received several brand new airbags here. After having this batch of accessories, several people immediately moved. Start installing roof security non-stop. Airbag. After installing the airbag on the roof, the little brother immediately started to prepare the leather case. There is also an airbag in the seat. After sewing the leather case of the seat, you can reinstall it on the car. The preparation in this cab. A new milestone has been reached. Over the next period of time, the brand new kit ordered has finally arrived. This is a brand new front and rear bracketing kit. The two also took it apart for trial installation as soon as possible. More impactful than the 201 GT2. At the same time, this 2024 model is also more aggressive. The best time to install because the big heart in the cabin hasn't been loaded yet. In order to complete the preparation of this GT2, several people also started installing the gearbox. After combining the engine with the transmission, it can be installed on the car. There are many people here. Everyone in the workshop also participated. The engine was soon transplanted into the cabin. After loading the battery into the cabin, the little brother immediately enters the cabin. I saw an immediate response on the meter. After seeing that there is no abnormality in the root of the whole vehicle. It's these things in the box in front of you. This is a brand new set of foot shock absorbers. Now just assemble it. You can install it on the car. After installing this GTR, it is definitely you can adjust the height of the feet to lower the body, reduce roll at high speeds, improve stability, and this brand new big golden caliper. It is even more so that this GTR it's easier to hit the road. The little brother is also very satisfied. The oil and water can be replaced next. Repair the cooling system. This cooling system, it was removed from the 2011 GT2 due to being corroded by seawater immersion. So before using, a delicate cleaning is required. After cleaning all the accessories, these fragmented accessories can be assembled. And the assembled radiator, it can be installed directly on the car. After completing the stage of preparation, you can try this GP to spoon. And the engine is also very good for the started directly. See if the engine is working normally. The hanging hearts of several people were put After down. All, this is the first start of the car since and the big heart in the cabin is also very irritable. Statistics like a mad beast. Here are the preparations for the GT2. I sort of completed most of the relay. Next, you can add brake fluid, preparing for the first time on the road. But before we officially hit the road, you also need to remove the surrounding kit of the previous The vehicle can then be inspected on the closed road. After seeing this GT to hit the road, completely released most of them. It's really not an ordinary person, but a problem was also discovered during the There is a great abnormal sound under the chassis. The two of them didn't know where the problem was for a while. I had to take the car to the helicopter for inspection. It was soon determined that the abnormal noise was on the drive shaft. Fortunately, in the workshop, there's also a drive shaft that's been submerged in seawater. Slightly rusty, but it does not affect the later So things. The two of them removed the drive shaft as soon as possible. I just found out that there is damage inside. When the spare drive shaft is installed on the car, several people started checking again. It's clear that the impact of the problem did not invade. After hitting the road, the little brother also increased. After years of trial and testing, the mechanical properties of the vehicle have been determined. There is no abnormality now. Here we go. You can enter the final stage. Remove the door panel of the original car. Then put the pasted car clothes on the glass from the door. But after taking off the car clothes, I just found out that there is also a layer of color change film attached. Also some missing exterior keys on the body. A few yuan borrowed some accessories from the parts car. After all the exterior parts are ready, it can be sent to the paint shop to spray paint. I saw that with the repeated spraying of the paint, these components are transformed immediately. Now just wait for the paint to dry. You can install them one by one on the car. With one piece of accessories installed on the car. The standby clarity of this GT2 is also 90% now complete. The only thing missing is that the cover and window glass are not installed. These are for the young people. It's not that big a problem. It's easy to pinch it. In addition, the 2020 for rear wing of the original transplanted by several people.